Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to number 18 of the VA devlog streams. Finally, after some very long time, I figured, yeah, do some streaming again, might be fun. I have absolutely no plan what I'm going to do. I wanted to showcase just the latest features we have in, and just quickly before I started the stream, shortly before that, I realized that the placed tents do not get saved, so see what we can do about that. Right. No, why is it not saving? I had honest intentions to showcase stuff and not to be rumbling and trying to fix stuff for 2 hours, but this annoys me a little bit. Hope you can hear me. Yeah. I had some troubles getting YouTube started again. Not sure if they changed stuff, but I think my stream started like 3 times without my intention. That was a bit weird. Why is this tent not being saved? Not good. I've created a new system. I'm not sure if we ever spoke about that on the stream, but basically we have a item degradation system now where the food you're carrying around gets bad over time. And I also try to apply that to crates now, like to placed objects, like crates or tents. And when I wanted to test that, I realized that something there is not working. Enable. It's been too long. I'm getting confused by my own mod. Hmm. But why? How? Confused. It shouldn't be saving anything. For some reason it's saving the tent now. So let's test it again. Oh, I'm just stupid. I was checking the wrong database. It's probably not a good day today to stream because I spent maybe 20 minutes figuring out some really weird code error. I think I still haven't gotten it yet. And this was also very stupid because I was checking the wrong files. However, we're rather happy that this works now. So we're going to try something. We're placing tents and we are going to put degradable loot, as in food, in here to understand if my new system works. So let's put in some apples. The I might be telling you stuff that I've told in previous streams, but the tents are from Evil Organ. Thank you for that. Basically the inventory. The fact that those tents that we're placing here, that they have inventory, that's EO's work that he provided, and this is why we can use this as a very central piece of our base building or camp building. I'll be focusing the camp stuff around tents. For example, that in order to build a camp, you'll have to set up your tent. Here you can store your stuff, but only here you can build maybe reinforcements, fences, utilities, and so on. I've also been working on the cooking. I've reworked the cooking feature. Let's go to first person so you don't see the missing animations. Yeah, well, okay, the bush is in the way and the bush tells me to gather branches. So if a bush tells me to gather branches, I'll do that. First, let's get the wooden blocks. And oh, we already picked up the branches. If you have space in your inventory, the wooden branches that you pick up from every bush are directly going into your inventory. Let's make a campfire. Oh no, it's actually... Okay, with wooden logs we can either craft them into kindle or craft a campfire. Let's craft a campfire. Campfire. Here's my campfire kit. Campfire isn't that new, the crafting that I just showed, but the things are coming together now, so the whole survival thing is getting better, in my opinion. Because things with different features like cooking, hunting, fishing, yeah, we have fishing now, crafting, and so on, slowly come together. So each feature is depending on the other feature. Let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. Let's check something. That's not good. These apples should be degrading by now. Well, let's give it some time. Hey Dash, how are you doing? Yeah, man. Do you know that story about Bono, where he's like in a concert and he's saying like, every time I clap my hand, someone dies in Africa or something like that, or starves. Someone in the audience is just shouting, "Stop clapping, you evil bastard!" So that was funny. How are you doing, man? Long time no see. I haven't been streaming for, I don't know, 8 months, 2 months. So let's see where we go tonight. It's a funny one, right? Okay, all right. While we wait, I actually wanted to show the code quickly. So this is the new degradation code, and to be honest, this is the first time I'm testing it, so it's very unlikely that it works, but let's find out. Oh man, Godabar, that's cool. Yeah, you should go. That's nice, man. It's cool to have you on the stream. How are you doing, man? Good to see you too, indeed. I've noticed you've been popping one or the other Ravage video, or ArmA video in general, over time. I'm a bit less active on the forums at the moment, but it's cool to see that you're here. Are you still doing ArmA stuff at the moment? You missed them, Dash. That's good. I did miss it too, actually. Kind of fun to do that, but you need time, and you need time to relax and do it. Good to hear. Not sure if you're aware of that project, but we're basically creating an overhaul of my old Vandeanson's Apocalypse mod, and at the moment we're really digging into the survival features of it. Okay. So the lockdown did not allow you to do more videos? Has it like restricted you then? You're in Scotland, right? Ah, okay. Okay, so there's actually more work for you now. Do you work from home then? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, should be fun in the end, right? Shouldn't be a chore. Oh shit. I'm sorry to hear, man, that shit. Because of the cost cuttings? Okay. Oh man, sorry to hear. That sucks. Um, okay. Like, was it a big recording company, or are they like a small company that just couldn't take the revenue hits from the lockdown? Or 15 years, that's a long time. It happens. Like it's crazy. The company I worked for before my current job, same thing happened after some time. Like, and in a very shitty way. There wasn't even a pandemic or so. They just wanted to make more money. So they let a guy I worked with. I think he was about 60. They let him go, and maybe a month later they hired a person my age, so somewhere below 30 at that time, just for less costs. That's crazy. So when was that? Just recently? Oh, what's that? Errors. We don't want that. Yeah, that's terrible. Sorry, man. I'm in a mood at the moment, or for a while now, where I just can't really take big corporation mindset. It's just, I think it's not humane actually. I've been working for like huge corporations since 14 years maybe, and I mean there's advantages to it, but in the end it's just completely soulless and artificial and all about the shareholders. It's inhumane. It was recent shit. Yeah, I mean it's tough to be in that situation at the moment. I really hope there's an upturn in your country. You're in the line in the spreadsheet, exactly. It's just a number. Okay, so my new feature is not working, by the way. Yeah. But I think this, at some point when you work for such a company, you just come to the conclusion, especially after things like restructurations, that you're just a number. So you gotta take from them what you can, and you know, they will do the same with you. So yeah, good luck with the job hunt. I'm sure it's tough, but crossing fingers, man. Limon Tarandranka. Hey, thanks, man. Welcome to the stream. I think I haven't seen you here before, right? The kogel is door the cake. What does that mean? Take a minute. Shit. Okay, so two errors popped up. Okay, good to know. So one thing is not working. Let me show you guys the new survival aspect. So you obviously noticed that I've placed the camp there now. Even after server restart or a multiplayer game restart, even that you host locally, they're saved in your database, and everything you put in here is saved as well. After a long time, a decision has been made. Yeah, I mean it's a stupid thing to say now, but obviously there will be positive aspects to it, I guess. But it's probably difficult to see in that situation where you have to pay your bills and stuff are uncertain, especially if it wasn't your decision. I assume. But then again, I mean, change also brings new opportunities, hopefully. So over time, I hope that stuff will sort itself out again. Do you think you'll look for something in a similar field? Because if I remember from your streams or your videos, you had a very specific job, right? Doing translations, radio stuff. Do you think you'll search for something that is like in the similar field? Not long ago, okay. So you missed the live streams, my live stream bravoing. Welcome then. So the latest thing I wanted to showcase is a fishing rod. This is not a fishing rod, this is a shovel, I know that, but it's just a placeholder picture. And we'll have, if I usually, when I look for these icons, I just need a lot of motivation, because I just hate to do that. You need to Google it, you need to cut it, you need to make it transparent, resize it, blah. But we have it, and as everything that we usually have in this mod, it's not supported with a animation at the moment, but you just have to use your imagination. Trying to create like the systems in a fun way though. So basically what you can do is you can hunt, you can gather food, and you can fish now, and you can cook that. Let's try to fish something up. Fishing is based on a chance system, so you need to be near water, you need to look at the water, and you need to have your fishing rod in your inventory, right? When you start pressing, it tries to, there's a chance that you lure a fish, and then at the point where a fish bites, you have to release the hold action. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. I love fishing in games, any game with fishing. I'm not sure if you know the game World of Warcraft, I'm sure you've heard of it, but there's a lot of professions in there, and actually I took a lot of inspiration from that, and in a recent okay, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've recently spent some time in WoW, just because this was just a lot of stuff in my brains from work and stuff, so I just used that to do some brain numbing activities like fishing in Warcraft, and it was just so cool. And it's a similar concept actually. So yeah, I don't know why, but it's just cool to relax in a nice looking game and do some fishing. And you can actually make quite some gold from it in WoW. So basically this is the same system. You are in the position where you can fish at the water, you have a fishing rod, no weapons in your hand, not running or anything. If you're running, it disappears. If you take your weapon out, it disappears. This is just, you know, in case you get into a combat situation, the moment you start running or you take your weapon out, all these hold action icons will disappear. You can also drink, by the way. Drink from the water. So you progress the action bar, and now I told you something might be on the hook. And because I was a bit late with reacting, I didn't release the spacebar quick enough, the fish got away. So every full circle you have a chance to get a fish. This time I nearly got the fish, so close, but the fish got away. This is because of my skill level. So you start fishing skill at 20% and you level up 0.01 for each successful fishing attempt where you catch a fish, right? So over time you will develop like better skills. And I'm a bit too slow while streaming. Close. And so you can actually practice it, and the skill increases, and the skill is also saved persistently to your character. No fish hooked. And if you just press without a notice, then there's just no fish. The rod may break. I think it's a 1% chance or so. And if you eventually fish something up, you can cook the fish then. Yeah, the leveling is also meant to include other features, like you start at base fishing, and with the base fishing of 20%, you will struggle. You cannot just run up to the lake and get a lot of fish and eat up. You'll have to spend some time. You're exposed. During that time, you will start to dehydrate and to get hungry, and so you need to bring some food if you really want to spend some time and increase your skill, or you just develop it over time. And with increased fishing skills, you will also be able to drink something in the meantime. You'll also be able to catch more fish. Well, no, that's another thing. With increased skill, obviously your chances to fish something up will be bigger, so less unsuccessful attempts. And with higher skills, you'll also be able to start using fish nets on a boat. That's a work in progress thing. Actually, it's just an idea yet, but that you can fish larger amounts of fish from the boat with a dragging net or something. And that you can also place, and I'm not sure how they're called, but sort of fish traps, right? So you place fish traps somewhere in the water, and you can catch some more fish there. So maybe you place it, and after 1 hour you come back and there's like 5 fishes in there. Yeah, together with Janaruski actually. He's usually he's really keen on these skills and development things. Not development, but improvement skills. So that was actually his idea with the tiering of the fishing skill. But yeah, I think it's really cool. We're trying to think of. I'm not sure if you noticed that, but we drank, and now our hydration on the top right corner is filled up again. But we're trying to just create a system of systems that go hand in hand with each other. So, for example, I'll cheat now, because it will be a really boring stream if I keep fishing. I forgot how my fish are called. Let's check quickly. So let's assume I have catch the fish. And quickly get the variable name for the fish. Fish rod. These are all my custom items. Tuna fish. Remember, this is just a game. You shouldn't eat tuna fish. They're endangered, I think. Especially the red ones. Okay, let's reset that quickly. So, let's assume we just came here. Whenever you see a fireplace or you place a fireplace, you can start to interact with it. So we have some tuna fish now. Let's assume we fished it up. It's a placeholder icon, but I guess you get the picture. As now I want to cook that, I've placed a fire kit, and the fire kit has 4 different stages. This is the first stage, where it's just a fireplace that one can use. Stage 2 is basically when I place my my cooking utility, which I have here, on the fire. So I need to have a cooking utility to cook on open fire. Oops. This happens when I don't pay attention. You can also obviously destroy your campfire if you want to hide your camp. I accidentally destroyed it, so I need to place it again. You cannot place it in the air. It will always be put onto the ground. Now we have the campfire and we can interact with it. Don't destroy it. Place the fire kit. I know some people might not like the hold action interaction, but it's just, for me, way more convenient to code it rather than creating a dialogue, because I don't enjoy that stuff and I don't really understand how I would do that. And I personally don't really like if big windows pop up and I have to select something in there, so I still kind of prefer this solution. But yeah, I know some people don't like it. So we can, because we had some kindle that we got from the trees, which we can fell because we have an axe, a fire axe in our inventory. Okay, cool. So you're on my side. That's good. Team hold action. Get some more wooden logs. You can get wooden logs. You can get branches directly from bushes without, just by your bare hands. Wooden logs obviously from cutting down trees, and you can craft kindle by having an axe or a saw in your inventory and double clicking the wooden logs. With the wooden logs I could now either create kindle or I could create a campfire kit, but we want to create a kindle. Right, so we crafted some kindle. We add kindle to the fireplace because I have overwritten the default ArmA light fire thing. Once you start to interact with a fireplace with your cooking features, you will no longer be able to just light the fire without adding fuel. Put out the fire again. And currently the fire, the fire is not working for some reason. I think it's something with the simulation. I'm not sure. Check that. Yep. No. You obviously also need matches to light the fire. Yeah, no. Okay, there should be fire. I'm not sure, for some reason I disabled the fire animation, but just imagine it's burning now. So what you can do now is I put out the fire again because we're not yet cooking. I want to cook now. So I have this fireplace which is in stage I think 2 now or 1. No, 2, because it has a cooking utility on it and it's now ready to cook. Now what I can do is I can either add kindle, light the fire, or take the cooking utility away again if I want to head out. If I have food, I can look at the fireplace and double click my food and I get all the options. Should get all the options to either, you know, what I can do with the tuna fish. By the way, I'm not sure if you noticed that, but the apple has lost durability because it's in my inventory. So over time, the apple will go bad. So any fresh food that I have in my inventory will go bad. I cannot just hoard it forever. This is the same thing I wanted to test for the apples that are inside the tent, but I got an error there, so I have a coding error that I need to fix. Just by the way. So now I need to check something. It either, if I double click this tuna fish, it should actually open a cooking recipe, but maybe I have not added that yet. Let's try something else. Oh, I'm creating chaos. The trees, I think at the moment they will respawn after a reset, not after some time. We'll see about that. Maybe we will save the cut down trees so you can actually cut down trees and create your base properly. Because if they grow back if you cut down trees and then you place your base or your camp there, they will obviously be destroyed when the tree comes back after a restart. So we're thinking about it, but not sure yet. Current code is not saving the cut down trees, so whenever you restart the game, the trees will be back. Just noticed another error. The tuna fish is multiplying if I initiate the eat action and do not finish it. Okay. This is something I need to check if I really want to do that. At the moment, now it did not recognize that I'm near the fireplace. No fireplace nearby, that's a bit weird. So maybe my system is not that good. Hey Jerna. Also, I'm fully aware that I'm rambling and thinking, so sorry for that. No fireplace nearby, this is weird. Just the campfire is here. How are you doing, Jerna? Okay, so it worked. So how it works is basically the fireplace must be your cursor target, so that whenever you're looking at the fire and it's in the right condition with the cooking utility on it, then you will get the cooking recipe option. Same time, when you double click on food, you get the eat hold action, and I actually need to remove that whenever you're looking at the fire that is ready for cooking, you should not get the eat hold action. Yeah, right. That's my stream identity, I guess. Weird but relaxing rumbling about some sort of code. Let's start the cooking. Yeah, we should probably need fire. So I've prepared the cooking. This is in cooking mode now, right? I could still take off the cooking utility and I would regain my ingredients, my meat. Let's start the fire. Oh, look at this. So we have some custom smoke. Sponsored by Generuski, if I remember correctly. And I'm not sure if you can hear that. Let me quickly. Oh, how excited it works. I'm sure you can hear the tasty meat. So basically, whenever the meat is cooking, the smoke will get there's some custom smoke so people can see you, because if you're dumb enough to cook in broad daylight on a beach, there should be consequences, right? So it will be a risk on a survival server, like on a multiplayer server, that you can cook because you need to eat and you get better nutrition from cooked meat or cooked food in general, but you're exposed, right? So choose your position wisely or make sure that you have some guard up. You also have the sound that you can hear, and we're likely going to add some sort of an emote system that adds some sort of a notification to nearby players that they smell the smoke. So some sort of something like this. The top left corner, so you can see, oh, I smell smoke. So your character, you know that your character is sort of smelling something. So this food is cooking. Depending on the recipe, it takes shorter or longer. I can quickly show you the recipes. Maybe cooking is cooking. Cooking. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but this is basically how the system will look. This is the format how I can now just add very simple how I can add new recipes, right? So in this format where I have the final product, this is a clean canteen full of water. Canteen a dirty a canteen full of dirty water is the ingredient. I don't remember what this is. I don't know. Probably not so important. Just the amount, I guess. The duration of the cooking and the hold action name, right? I'm actually not sure if this is indeed. I'm already getting confused again. Cooking version 2 here. No, okay. So you just maybe it looks maybe simple, but this is the whole code for the cooking. Like you start with something and it's adding up and adding up and adding up. More. So it really escalates because it's getting always more complex and you need to consider more stuff. That's kind of cool. If your script grows like so quickly. This is actually the recipe, sorry. So this format will basically allow you to just add infinite number of recipes. And it's always the ingredients first. I hope you can see that on the screen. It's always the ingredients first. And the first ingredient is the one that you will double click in your inventory. Yeah, VA will need a wiki indeed, man. This is the secondary material, right? So the first one is your main one. So if you want to cook rice, you will open your inventory and you double click on rice. But you also need water. So if you don't have a water bottle full of water, you won't be able to cook anything with rice. If you have multiple recipes with the same main ingredient, then, for example, let's create one. I'm not sure how boring that is, but and excited about it. So we could cook rice with a water bottle full of clean water. We could also cook rice with a canteen full of clean water, and so on. So if you double click on rice and you have both a full water bottle of clean water and a canteen with clean water, you get both recipes and you can choose. You only have a full water bottle, then you only get one recipe, right? So you'll be able to use multiple materials to cook different types or similar types of food. I've been playing with this with Ravage since the beginning of the lockdown. It's funny, the lockdown was really good for the mod because I think people really got into that whole survival thing once the toilet paper hoarding began. So it's interesting to see how many people got into survival stuff, and the upticks on the mod on Steam, the old version, went crazy. I've been playing with the beginning of the lockdown. For lockdown. Yeah, man. I mean, we don't know how long that whole thing will go, so we'll see. But yeah, I think, I mean, Jenna and me are getting really excited about it. I think, um, so it will be cool that at some point, I think we're getting a little bit more close to releasing a playable beta on Steam so that people can actually participate in the development. No more lockdown, please. Yeah. That's how you create your own cooking recipes. That's future tutorials. Yeah. I hope I'm actually recording so we can just upload that afterwards. That is really interesting. I'd love to see a real detail. Yeah. So the cool thing, Collabar, is that basically, so what we envision is that you just activate the VA mod, you place your tunes, and maybe Ravage for zombies or bandits or whatever you want to use from other mods, and then you just go, and VA will basically create a world around you and add the whole survival aspect. So first you'll have to survive, just get food, um, don't get overheated, get appropriate clothing, uh, don't get sick from eating bad stuff, like all the stuff we know and love from the DayZ games, for example. And so I think the cool thing in the end will be that you can just play with the mod on and stuff happens and you're always busy with stuff because you need to survive, or you have a new target. You can take over a site or attack a site. You can create your camp. You need to hunt or fish or all that funny stuff, or craft stuff and so on. So yeah, hopefully, because so until now a lot of stuff was really technical, right? We wrote the scripts, we started to tune it a little bit, we did some basic testing if it works in a multiplayer environment and so on. But in the end, there will be a lot more tuning, just trying to find out. All right, is it fun to play? So it works now. Now, how do we tune it accordingly that it's fun? That sometimes it's tweaking cooldowns, it's tweaking chances of something to spawn. It's a very fine tuning of the whole system that will probably end up having a big impact on if the game is fun. Yeah, exactly. Use the tools from VA, and you know stuff will happen. Um, okay. What we can actually do is, because I'm not sure if you noticed, but before when I tried to cook a fish, it didn't work, and that's because the fish is not defined as a recipe yet. So we can grab all the fish, different types of fish. We also have turtles and snakes and raw meat is not so funny. But Jana has just implemented all the models basically from vanilla animals. that we can now use. Cooking. So I'm taking over the format. Let's create a recipe for tuna fish, right? To cook the tuna fish, the basic recipe will just be get the tuna fish, have a cooking utility in the fire, and you'll be good. The end recipe, the end product of the cooking is always either cooked meal, which is the highest quality food. So basically you take different types of ingredients, and if you cook it into a cooked meal, you get more nutrition and benefits out of it than just eating all the raw ingredients. Plus, if you eat raw ingredients, you can get sick from it. So it should put an incentive on creating a campfire and a camp where you're safe. Maybe put up some defenses and then take your time to cook stuff and gather the materials so you're able to cook stuff. Yeah, cooking materials, utilities. Uh, and so on. So maybe in the future we'll have a super exquisite tuna fish recipe with mushrooms and so on. So you know, actually do that. Let's add as a secondary ingredient canned vegetables. So what you get from tuna fish and some additional secondary ingredient is the cooked meal, which is superior. And if you just cook the tuna, you just get a cooked fish, which is just a simpler version with less nutrition. Um, Let me see if I actually put it in. Cooked fish. Nope. Pretty sure I did something like that. Or not. I'm not sure if it's clear, but obviously if you put more ingredients in it, you should have a benefit from it. You also get a well-fed buff if you eat a hot meal that will stop your hunger degradation, your nutrition degradation for a while. So there will be incentives for you um, to cook. I'm getting a message that the audio stream's current bitrate is lower. Can you actually hear me well, or do you have a problem hearing me? Yeah, now it's excellent again. Not sure if I had some sort of a issue. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Okay, thank you for confirming. The delay seems to be shorter too. Okay, thank you guys. Cooked fish, fish cooked. Okay, fish cooked. Oh yeah, basically you can just cook the fish if you don't have any ingredients, and you will get a cooked fish which will give you some sort of maybe 10 or 15 nutrition. And if you combine tuna fish and canned vegetables and you cook it, you get a cooked meal which gives you 30 or 50 nutrition. Okay, so let's go on with that. I guess you got the picture. Um, and I think my food cooked. Shit, my so the food burned because I forgot it. So there's after you start cooking, there is another stage after some time, according to the recipe, where your food is ready. And if you miss that for too long, your food burns, and then yeah, you wasted your materials, and you can just take the cooking utility back. But there's no food now from it. I should close my windows. I'm getting really ugly bugs in here. Second here. Fucking. We're living on sort of an old farmhouse, so there's a lot of animals here. Fucking. Huh? Where is it? I hate that. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I guess it's a Swiss perspective. I used to live in a I forgot how it's called, but those super modern apartments where you have basically nothing gets in, and they're like there seem to be what's it called? I forgot what's it called. Like you have a special air conditioning system. In German it's called Minergy. I'm not sure if it's the same in English. But nothing gets in there. It's dusty as hell, but no living animal gets in there. So having that and then moving into a farmhouse was a bit of a adjustment. Now I'm like the family's spider killer. Right. Okay. Let's cook something else. And by the way, dude, Jenna, I was duplicating meat. So this action here, when I double click on meat and I do not, let's say, if I reset the eating action, it will duplicate the meat. So I need to fix that. I think it was one of the bugs you mentioned. Add some more kindle. You can see there's like one kindle on the fire, and every burning tick takes away, I think, 0.1. So yeah, you have to make sure that there's enough kindle on the fire, else the fire will go out, and then obviously your food will not be cooked. It's kind of peaceful to listen to the cooking sounds. Right. You haven't lived in. Look. I'm very annoyed because I didn't catch it and I don't know where it is. I hate that. Need to drink something because we're starving. It's dehydrating. So you can drink from water, just with your bare hands, or you can obviously use water bottles. Sorry. Use water bottles to get water from wells. All the water from wells will be clean, I believe. I don't even remember. And some water will be dirty, so you'll have to clean it. Let's actually show that. So I have an empty water bottle now. Now this is cool because I can go to the water, and if I need an item to interact with map objects, I'll have to go to the inventory and double click the water bottle. fill bottle. So because I'm near water, I'm getting the fill water bottle action. And I get a little emote that tells me what happened. I'm getting some bag sounds that sounds like I'm putting something in my bag. I'm sure you probably haven't heard that in the stream, but you'll hear it when you're in game. Make it random chance to be clean, dirty. Yeah. I was just thinking if we've already implemented that, but I don't think so. But yeah, that would be cool, especially from wells. Yeah, you locked the duplicated food item bug, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wells, we can check actually, I think. Okay, this is a problem now. This is a bug actually. That whole action shouldn't be here, because I'm actually not looking at the fire. And I burned it again, shit. No, wait. The fire got out. I need to get more firewood. So I'm still in the testing phase. It's actually possible that there's still some bugs. Cherna has also noticed some bugs when testing the cooking, so bear with us. Okay, did the wood go? Not cool. I need to add the possibility to add a the branches that we can gather from the bushes to the fire as fuel. Like that's not in there yet. I just need to add that. But obviously you should be able to use, you know, branches from the bush to light the fire. Let's craft some kindle. Right. Want to add some more. And we're trying to use obviously the sounds, the hold action system, and these emotes on the top left corner, just to let the player know what's going on. No, Matt, can't screw you. What a stupid game. By the way, Kodabar, regarding the animals, I'm probably not playing ArmA long enough to know about that change, but what the hell? Aren't you cooking? Okay, but I know that animals are just really tough to script and to use for missions or scripts. I think the best I know is what Johnny Boy and Valmont did with the feral dog scripts. Could eat something. Not sure if the already put raw meat in there. No fireplace nearby. So the targeting of the fireplace to start the cooking is a bit of a problem. And I need to limit the... I don't want that when I'm near a fireplace that when I eat, it shouldn't... when I double click the meat, it shouldn't give me the eating option as well. Yeah, feral dogs are about the best thing. And they improved it to be even usable in multiplayer as companion dogs and... oh god. Okay, I need to change. That's too annoying. The reason I'm using a system where it's relevant what I'm eating raw meat now, so maybe you can see what happens then. I'm using a system where I need to look at things because this will allow me to also use indoor cooking places, for example ovens and stuff like that. There's some technical reasons behind it, how maps are made, but this is why I cannot just use the near object command to detect if there's a fireplace near me. I have just eaten a raw meat, and I'm not sure if you can see that I have food poisoning now. So I will lose hydration and nutrition quicker. And I need to fix that by eating what do we eat? Antibiotics? No, that sounds wrong. What would you eat for food poisoning? Can't remember. Jenna, do you remember what we added as a healing item for food poisoning? Illness. Charcoal. Oh, okay, charcoal. Okay, we need to add that, I think. Yeah. Okay, we currently use antibiotics. But you're right, we should use charcoal for that. Double check something. So you can get bacteria from drinking bad water, and you can get food poisoning from eating bad food. And yeah, you can then eat charcoal or at the moment still antibiotics to cure that. And one of the pills that you take has some sort of a chance after a minute or so to cure you. 60% chance to cure you after 30 or some additional time, 30 seconds or some additional time. And if you're unlucky, you need to take another one. Yeah, I know. I know that you added all the possible medical items. Okay, this is super annoying. That shouldn't be here. The cooking utility thing. Oh, come on. So hard on me. That's one thing. In theory, it looked really smart to do that. But in reality, it's really annoying that I have to target the fireplace in order to eat. A bit annoying. Okay, we're completely bugged at the moment. There is a cooking utility on the fireplace and it shouldn't be there. Okay. You need what do you refer to, sorry? Do you refer to the medical items? Oh. No, I need to target the fire to activate the recipes if I click on an edible or cookable item. But I just noticed that there's some sort of a bug with the different stages of the fireplace, because there shouldn't be this cooking utility shouldn't be there. Attached object. Okay. Shame. So I need to fix that. So sometime during the cooking process, the fireplace got bugged. Because this is just a object, so I can interact with that. It's sort of a fake object. Still sick, so I was lucky with my antibiotics. Let's take one for just to be sure. Oh, okay, so there's something to check. To quickly check if the animal spawner is running. Okay. No, it doesn't. It doesn't actually stack. It starts for each pill. It starts the cooldown. So each pill will start whatever 60%, 60 seconds cooldown, and after 60 seconds or whatever seconds it takes, it will calculate a 60% chance that you're cured. So if you take multiple antibiotics, you will be cured quicker. Or the chance that you're cured is quicker. And now we're cured. So it worked this time. Let's see if we can figure out at what point the fireplace bugs out. And we don't need to put stuff on the ground because we have our little tent here. We can place everything in here. The knife is needed for mainly for the hunting bit at the moment and for some crafting, by the way. Maybe we should also add, I think we spoke about it, but we should probably add some sort of a side effect to taking too many antibiotics. How is the chance higher if the multiple pills? Well, if you take one pill, you have a 60% chance that you're healed. If you have, and that's an isolated chance and an isolated cooldown, right? If you take 3 pills, there's 3 times it's calculated, so it will calculate 3 times a 60% chance to get healed. And since it's 3 times, like you have the chance 3 times to get lucky and be healed. So just that. It doesn't really stack. It's just executing the calculation for the healing more often. Don't need the antivirus. So you can see I'm getting hungry. I can see that on the top left corner, so in the bottom left corner, and I can also see it on my HUD, right? Yeah, it's parallel. But we should probably, what we could do is, anytime you take an antibiotic, you sort of increase your immunity to it for some time. So like your immunity level will increase every time you consume antibiotics, and every time, or the more time that passes until you take your next antibiotics, this whole immunity thing could reduce again. So if you take too much antibiotics, the next time you use it, there's like a 0% chance that it will heal you. That could be a cool idea. Yeah, but you would have to. Yeah, maybe there's a way for it, but yeah, something to check. I can imagine 1 or 2 ways where we could do that. Yeah. Yep. Better? Don't appreciate my music. Come on, dude. Yep, yeah, I hope it's better now, else I'll turn it down a bit more. Right. So after you open your inventory and you double click on something, you get all the crafting options. And at the moment so these options should be there and you should be able to select one. The moment you get into action, you take out your weapon, you start running, it should disappear quickly so it doesn't disturb you in a firefight. At the moment I think it's still sticking for too long, especially if I want to create bad example. As you can see, if you open the inventory again, it's reset, or if I would start to run, so it's reset. But wooden logs. If I craft the wooden logs, I get the craft kindle and craft campfire, right? I want to craft kindle, and what I don't like is that the campfire kit is still there. I don't like that. I only wanted the kindle, so I don't care about this option. So I need to auto remove that once I had selected or completed another crafting recipe. For now, let's try to cook again. Right, add some kindle. Once my nutrition and hydration is down, obviously, then my health will reduce as well. Because I'm currently in a hungry state, sort of. Yeah, exactly. Cherna, that's what I thought. Yeah. I'm actually surprised that it's not in yet because I usually do that. Right. Place cooking utility. So let's pay attention now. Missing cooking utility. I cannot place a cooking utility if I don't have it. Very, very valid point. Player item, yay. Cooking till. Obviously, all those options only appear when you're looking at the fireplace, right? If I look away, they reset. Destroy, no, place the util. The utility is here. Yeah, I think I probably missed it for the crafting ones. Let's get some meat. Oh. My stuff got deleted. That's very likely the new system. That shouldn't happen. Oh, wait, what did I do? Huh? Okay. Are we looking? Are there multiple inventories in a tent? Or is there a... Oh, maybe there's a ground weapon holder. Anyway. magic tent. No fire. Fuck off. Okay, that's a very annoying system I created there. No fireplace. Oh, come on. The problem is whenever you go into the inventory, your character looks away a bit, so... Ah, but that's a bit annoying. And it worked before, didn't it? Now it works. Okay. Cook meat. Okay, we prepare the meat. And we light the fire. No matches. Okay. Come on. Why are you doing the cooking stuff? Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's just something I wanted to already build into the script because exactly that. I want to be able to get into buildings and target the ovens and the fireplaces in there in order to also do the same there so I can cook in house. And for that it's actually needed. But maybe I can add a second check so it checks for the cursor target and it checks if there's a fireplace nearby, so there's some sort of a safety net as well. Somebody translate that for me? Deep. Okay, Dimua. I don't know what that means. Dimonu. Well, hi there. Not sure if you're a bot or something. Welcome to the stream. Was ist das? Übersetzt jetzt los. Translate it. Wait, let me see if I can reply. Yeah, it's super annoying. I mean, you've seen how I struggle with it, so that's not fun in game. So the fallback should be fine though. So it's either if I'm lucky and I see the campfire, it's good. Else it will fall back to the near objects command. And but it's still cooking, which is good. what it's basically doing, it's going through the burning cycles, like every couple of seconds. It burns for 1 unit. In the same time, it will also advance the cooking 1 unit. Chat's going wild. While we wait, there should be an emote at some point where it tells me like it's smelling good, and then I know I can pick up the food. Yeah, no worries. All the languages are welcome here. I'm just a bit limited to 2 or 3 languages here. Cool, good to hear. Godobar, you're quite good with multiple languages, right? Japanese, I believe. And some others, if I remember correctly. Shit, it's cooking forever. I want to double check if something's bugged. Yeah. Noticing that my chicken and sheep and goat spawners are off. Want them on. Xenomorph, we're also, well, we sort of stopped working on it, but we once had a plan to create templates so people can translate the mod from English to German to Russian to any language people are interested in. In the meantime, we have added so many more features that put that aside a little bit, but it's probably something that will come again. So even, people can also contribute and add their translations for their community. So basically everything will be in the language you desire. Speak English, French, was it Mandarin? Can read Dutch, German, Spanish. Damn. Oh, you know vocabulary, okay. Been a while since I saw your last bits, and might be messing things up a bit. So I wasn't wrong, you know a lot of languages. Did you do courses, like school courses, or did you just learn them like traveling, or as a hobby sort of? See you later, Xeno. So he looks happy, he makes the Russian smiley faces. You know what Russian smiley faces are? These. This is like Russian people laughing. I'm not sure. I noticed that with also RL people from Russia that I know. Like we would do like this or this, like just the equal sign and the punctuations. And in Russia they seem to only use like the brackets. Fascinating, I know. Oh, you learned them by yourself. Nice. Cheers, Xena. And you were able to use it then also in your job. That's kind of cool. So you have some sort of an affinity for it, I guess. What did I want to do? Smells great. Okay. Take cooked food. What? Why? What's going on? Oh wow. That really lagged. Okay. No, it just burned. So we just have, I don't know, for whatever reason, we have a lot of lag right now. And for that we missed it, so my stuff is fucked. Let's try again. But nothing got bugged. No, actually nothing got bugged. I'm just like, it seems that I'm having a scheduler problem, because if the hold actions are that slow, then that usually means that the scheduler is full. That's really weird because not much is happening. But it's the same thing you mentioned, Jerna. I think it's the same issue, where your hold actions wouldn't show up anymore. Check something quickly. Oh shit, okay. We have 2000 scripts, and that's not normal. So there is a script that's getting multiplied. That's very good to know, because that's game breaking. Yeah. Currently 2000 scripts are active, so this is actually crashing my game now. That's good to know. We'll figure out which one it is. My work was in English, but one day they asked, "Hey, do you speak French?" Yeah, I think I remember when you told that story once on stream or on YouTube. No, we don't want 2000 script active. But it's good if you're like flexible and willing to do that. That's always good. Oh, okay. It's the frying. Very clearly, it's the frying thing. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's not proper debugging. It's yeah, kinda, I guess. Yeah. It's really chaotic because I'm just trying it and I mean, this is a really bad coding error. I'm spawning the same. It's a logic error. I'm spawning the same script like every loop, and that loop goes on for like 5 minutes. So this is what we're seeing here. So okay, but that's really good to know. Sometimes fun when you oversee these things. Wait, what? Interesting. The nasty thing is, like, a lot of these things you really only notice when you're like using the code, like using the feature in game, like while you do other things. And that's usually why Cherna finds stuff quicker than I do, because what I do is I test the code exactly in a way that I expect it to behave unintentionally. I usually do exactly the same things again and again and again until the the feature works. And what someone else would do is, like, I tell them, like, all right, Jerna, I have this new feature. Jerna puts it on the server and he starts to test it like online. So it's again a dedicated server, which is a bit a different environment for coding. So these things need to be right. They need to be right for single player, multiplayer, and dedicated environments. And then he starts to try to interact with stuff or activate stuff, and he will do it without my knowledge, right? Because I know I wrote the script, I know how it should work, and he will just try it with a blank page, right? And that's usually then when we notice, alright, stuff is wrong there. Or it's just really badly designed because he cannot figure out how to use it, and for me it's clear. But obviously for me it's clear because I've written it, so that's actually really cool, and that's why I'm also kind of looking forward to beta testing once, you know, some more internal testing is done and stuff is not completely bugging. Because then people with absolutely no idea about the mod will come in and they will need to be able to figure stuff out, and that will be cool. Without in-game testing, it's just theory rambling code. Exactly. Sometimes I used to write code on my handheld on my way home. That was kind of fun because I just enjoyed doing it. So I wrote it without the text editor on the mobile phone, just to get a project started and to have a feature like laid out as a template. And it obviously it was complete garbage afterwards when you tested it first, and you had to debug the whole thing because you quickly missed something without the syntax highlighter and stuff. But that's fun. But yeah, it's usually not usable because you really need to test stuff. I'm thinking. Every time I activate the cooking recipe, the frying starts, and that should actually not multiply. So that's not the problem. Your data was all ones and zeros. Oh man, that sounds crazy. I can't even imagine that. Like, how did you end up not getting enough ones? Like, how would that work? Like, physically, like, ah. I was like, really, like, all right, I don't get it, but it sounds plausible. I guess I'm tired. Okay. But before I started the stream, I was testing some line of code, and it was a very simple line of code, but it was just not working, and until now I couldn't figure out what was wrong. So yeah, this is the state of mind I'm currently in. So forgive me. You can program a calculator nowadays. Yes, you forget a lot as well. Hint, hint. Oh shit. We're being a funny bunch today. The bad thing is that this is happening with the spam, but it's good that we were able to identify it. Face palm. Frying. Oops. Okay. Okay, I know what's happening. Assembly. only know SQF. Sometime when there's less work to do on VA, I will start to dig into C++. I figured like if I can manage to wrap my head around that language, then I can code in any language. 3 moons ago. The internets. What was he called? Like the place of many possibilities. Place of the funny me. Right, so every time I'm spawning the frying to my cooking, it will actually spawn a loop that will in itself, without any interruption, keep spawning a frying. Why did I write it like that? This is so weird. Hand crank Charles Bagas. I need to Google that stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess he won. And you could lose a hand if you use that thing. It's dangerous. Nice. Imagine like these guys that fought that stuff up. That's crazy. Okay. For now, I will disable the frying. I actually want to check if the smoke emitter is also duplicated. 6 times. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's really bad. That's so stupid. Why am I doing this? This is an endless loop here. This was bugged before as well. It's not even bugged. That's just really bad code. What am I doing? Why is this loop here? I'm having a loop here and I don't know what it does. It doesn't make any sense. Get rid of it then. Oh man, looking at old code is the worst. The woman who runs the radio station that I help with is a retired programmer who wrote a lot of the code the UK banking system runs on. Okay, fine. I mean, I'm pretty sure like it's probably really scary to see all the possible issues there. I would imagine. Because if you think about it, it's probably something super complex that's super hard to maintain, right? Just checking in on the bug if it's still here. Still disappeared. Ah. Not gonna sleep tonight. Burn it with fire. Right. But this is just a stupid line of code here. What this does is like it will forever execute that code. And it was within a loop, so that's just stupid. Stupid. Yeah, but you know what's the problem there is like it's the same as in the insurance industry or just any like industry with like complex structures. Like these companies, they're like very old insurance companies, for example. They can be like more than 100 years old, right? Marine underwriters or so, marine insurance companies. And then they grow, they acquire stuff, they merge, they get listed, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and suddenly you have so much legacy system, you have so much different systems that need to work together, and you just what they do is they just flick it together somehow, and it's an absolute catastrophe. Stupid. I'm really annoyed by the code. And so what happens is like this, you have a huge mess of systems, codes, and you like in my experience, you would like what I saw is like the companies would have to take so much money into their hands to fix that stuff. That just no CEO wants to do that, because why would he invest so much money during his period, and then you know, what's his benefit, right? He needs to make as much profit as possible to earn as much as possible in the 5 years he's with the company, and then he leaves again, right? So why would he invest so much in infrastructure? And I think that's one of the bigger problems of listed companies, because then you have this shit structures and processes and systems, and the people need to work with that, and the you know, the quality just suffers, and people get annoyed and burned out by it. Ridiculous. Frying. So now I will start the cooking. It will kick off the frying. It will no longer loop it, it's just a one-off thing. Now it spawns the frying loop. That's okay. Now what we need to do is an exit. What this does is basically it spawns a known scope or instance of a code. So this will run and this will run same time. If you don't spawn it, it will just be a line of code and it will run forever, and anything below the while wouldn't start. We had a program at work that we used for media analysis that leaked. Oops. Well, it's something, right? That's terrible. It's just that way of thinking is just it's bad, but also it's like people you know, most people that do the decisions there, they don't understand these technologies, right? So they make uninformed decisions. And what people do they listen to? Not the engineer or the IT crack, right? But like their superiors and their managers. And those guys that get access to the higher spheres are usually not the technical cracks. They're like the sales guys that can sell themselves, right? Um, yeah, it's terrible. One day you look back at the streams and see how much you've improved. You could, yeah, I hope so, man. I'm like, this is actually the whole frying thing. This is the so when I started the overhaul version 3, I started with the cooking. So this here, the whole cooking system, is actually about the 4th iteration of the cooking system since I started with VA 3.0. But this frying is actually the 2nd iteration. So there was an old frying system before. So it's code from when I just started with the whole cooking thing, which is maybe a year ago, maybe less. And it's fun to look at that stuff and see how much new stuff I've learned since then and how much I would do different. That's really cool to see. So this is going on forever and we don't want that. We want the if blah 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 exit with Wickel-Klinkenstecker. I mean, German is a fun language. Like, especially the words. They're like, there's no. It's like Lego. If they create words, it's like taking words and putting them together to describe something. It's always really funny if you look at German words. There's no abbreviation. It's just, all right, let's describe this, and we just take all the words that describe it and put it together into a really, really long word, which sounds really, really funny. Yeah, exactly. German's just connecting words. I think that's kind of cool. If blah 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 fireplace. Cooking utility is gone. We stop frying. That's called Composita. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool. If alive, cooking util. So we're gonna exit this loop. Yeah, sounds about right. Ah, this is the error. Okay, so I had 2 loops up. One was doing the sounds, so the frying sounds, and one was checking if the cooking utility is alive, and at the point where the cooking utility is no longer alive, means it's no longer placed on the fireplace, it would delete the frying sound source. However, that doesn't stop the script from running. Something I learned in between. Hey Diego. Not well. So similar like this. Base building is like you can place currently camps. You can have inventory space, You have fireplace, and the old base building where you can place like sandbags, the thing that's already in the game now on Steam. So it's not a big priority at the moment, especially not in the typical sense of base building. It's more a priority as a part of setting up a camp, storing your stuff, creating utility objects, and so on. Yeah, it's pretty much in the bottom of the list, especially in a typical base building sense, because the longer I've been working on the mod and also seeing base building in other games, I don't think it's an enjoyable feature. So I think base building in the first iteration will be you being able to set up your camp, fireplace to cook, a tent to store your stuff, and maybe some utility like a workbench or something like that, and probably some fences or defense structures like sandbags or so. Not sure how much further I will go after that. But we'll see. The current system is in it. The main thing is that there is no materials assigned. I don't know. Maybe sometimes it just catches me and I add that. I add some sort of a recipe system that also includes materials. But yeah, bottom of the list at the moment. Yeah, yeah. The resource gathering is cool, and that's actually in. Resource gathering is in. Crafting is in. Yeah, yeah. So we're partially there. But I guess in the end it will be a decision, what we really want to do with base building. And it's a fine line. I think base building sounds like fun, but in most cases, in most iterations, I don't know. I think it doesn't turn out well, especially on an online server. And I personally, what I think I'll be able to code and what I would actually enjoy coding is something that's more a either utility based base building or something you would use for like role playing sort of. You just build up a very nice looking base to chill, something like that. So it's probably not something that would do well where people are, competing against each other. But we'll see. You never know. I think I'll have to rewrite the frying. Yeah. I'll rewrite the frying. That doesn't make sense to change it. I think I can just include it in the fuel consummation loop. And I believe the smoke emitter is actually fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Greetings from Costa Rica, man, that's nice. Thank you. So you're going to set up a server, or do you host locally? Okay. Doesn't even show anymore. 2000. Okay. Good, but that's very good. So we found one very important bug, or confirmed one very important bug that you found before. But that's really good actually, Cherna, because that's the same bug where that you described, where the hold actions would no longer show up, and that's exactly because of that. So that's good if it's just an isolated issue, because if it would have been something that just pops up randomly, that would have been pretty bad. Let's see if we can fix that. I'm very happy with my performance today, because my goal was to showcase all the new features, and I totally made it over the second feature before I went into a complete debug rambling mode. But yeah, I guess take it or leave it. Can't help myself. Maybe next time we'll do some more debugging. Maybe we'll do it on the server. I want to fix these things because they're kind of game breaking. And I want to check if I have spawners for chicken and sheep and goats. I'll see how that works, because I think it's currently probably not working too well. I need to look into it. So we can also test the hunting and look into the sites. I tried to kind of mix your mod with Exile just for the base building, but at the end we would. Yeah, I guess Exile. I don't know Exile too well. Maybe Cherna can say more about that. But yeah. I think for single player VA it could be fun, yeah, because it creates a lot of challenge. So that's good to hear that people enjoy that. And yeah, I mean, clearly the base building, it's really work in progress. So the one that you can play on the Steam workshop is very simplistic. It's just sort of a proof of concept. But we have now a lot of systems that if you apply it to the base building, you you get stuff saved permanently on the servers. I think the main missing features are removal of items, so that you can destroy build items and they get removed from the database, and some sort of a control or a system that allows you to craft a lot of items on a server without the database being overloaded. And what else was an issue? The problem is also with base building, the materials for it are. So if you want to build a sandbag wall, you shouldn't be able to carry 20 sandbags in your backpack, right? You should be able to carry a couple of ropes and a couple of burlap sacks and a shovel, and then you go, you build the sandbags and you shovel the sand into the sandbags, and you build a sandbag wall on the while doing that, right? Same thing with bigger constructions. Like you will need to find a system where you can place the materials in a zone, and in that zone you can then build with these materials. Else you would be able to carry around a lot of materials in your backpack, and I don't think that would be kind of realistic. I think some building materials like wooden boards or I don't know, bricks, they'll be really heavy and you won't be able to carry too many in your inventory. See, I'm rambling again, but I hope you get the idea. So and there's another technical issue we're struggling with, because then you have the materials that you require for the pattern, for the blueprint to craft something, and you have the inventory space of your player or of the box where the materials should be placed for crafting. and counting that and comparing what is in the container versus what is required is a bit tough when you have multiple materials, and each materials, for example, you need 1 wooden board, 2 wires and 10 nails. This is actually not too easy to count and to compare with what is required and what is in your inventory or in the container. So that's a bit the struggle there. And I'm not really looking forward to coding that, so hence it's on the very back burner. Bit of a brain fuck. Yeah, but I think that's it for today. It's cool that like a lot of people joined and actively joined. That's kind of cool. I hope I'll be able to do another dev stream a bit sooner this time. Kind of enjoying it. It's kind of relaxing, and it's really cool to see some folks from the EI forum here. So cool that you looked into the stream, Kulabar. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. I'll call it for today. It was fun. Thank you guys. Cheers. Oh wait, what do we do? We do something.